Hello Year 6. Unfortunately, you won't be able to visit Gorican High School this term, but I want to thank you for sending in all of your questions. I've put this video together with the help of the staff at Gorican High School to answer the questions that you've got. Our first question is, what is the role of the Year Advisor? I'm going to pass the phone on to someone who can answer that. Mr. Buxton here. I'm your Year 7 Year Advisor for 2022, right through to the end of Year 12. Now, what is the role of the Year Advisor? As a Year Advisor, I'm someone that you can come to for any assistance that you might need. Whether it is just to say hello and let me know how your weekend was, or if there is a problem that needs solving, I can help to link you up with any resources within the school to help solve that issue. Now I'll throw it back to Mr. Buxton for the next question. For the next question, what is our principal's name? I'm going to pass the phone on to someone who can answer this.
Thanks, Mr. Buxton. My name's Mr. Boak. I'm the very proud principal of Gorican High School. We really look forward to seeing Year 7 2022 arrive with us at the start of next year. Hopefully we can do some things between now and then to make that process a little more normal, and I hope you're keeping safe and well in lockdown. If you forget my name, don't stress. I tend to walk around wearing a name badge so that when I pass you in the playground, you can say g'day. Take care.
The next question is, how many students are at the school? I'm going to pass the phone on to someone to answer that one. How many students do we have at Gorican High School? We have just over 1,000, 1,025 to be exact. I'll pass the phone back to Mr. Buxton for the next question. So the next question is, how many classrooms are there at Gorican High School? I'm going to pass the phone on for someone to answer this question. Mr. Buxton here again. So for this question of how many classrooms are there in Gorican High School, I can tell you that there are a lot. We've got 55 teaching spaces, 32 of them are classrooms, 6 of them are science labs. We've got 4 textile or computer rooms. We've got 2 kitchens. We've got 3 woodwork rooms, 1 metalwork room, 4 art rooms, 2 music rooms, a hall, a gym, and a library. I'll pass the phone back to Mr. Buxton for the next question. All right, we've got a few questions here. The first one, what time does school start and finish? The next question, how long does recess and lunch go for? And the final question, how many classes do we have each day and how long do they go for? I'm going to pass the phone on to someone who can answer these questions.
Thanks, Mr. Buxton. My name is Mr. Collins. I can answer those questions for your Year 6 because I am your deputy from Year 7 and we'll be working with you, your families and Mr. Buxton right through to the end of your Year 12 schooling. So, first question. School starts at 8:20. We go in for a roll call of about 10 minutes and then lessons start at 8:30. Lessons then finish at the end of the day, or the day concludes at 2:30 p.m. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday. Thursday is a little bit earlier because of sport. Break times, recess is 20 minutes. Lunchtime is 40 minutes. There is a bell halfway through lunch, just indicating that it is halfway through. And at the end of each break, recess and lunch, there are usually 2 bells. The first one is asking you to move off to class. The periods that we have here at Gorican High School, we have 5 in a day, except for Thursday where we have 3 and sport. And those periods go for an hour, 60 minutes, where you will be going through a variety of different lessons. All right, hopefully that answers all your questions, and I will pass you back now to Mr. Buxton. Thank you.
I'm going to pass the phone on to the next person to answer the question, does Gorican High School run any programs for students?
Hello, all our wonderful Year 6 students who will be coming to Gorican High School 2022. Such a crazy time that we're having at the moment, and we're really sorry that you can't come and join us for some of the wonderful things that we would have had planned. My name is Miss Manu and I'm the Head Teacher Welfare, and I'd like to thank Mr. Buxton for giving me the opportunity to talk to you about some of the programs that we run. So my office is down in the hub. We have some wonderful staff there as well who can help you when you first come to Gorican High School. We have our school counsellors, our learning support team. We also have our student support officer, John. We have a wellbeing SLSO, Jamie. And we also have Miss Bond on site as well, and you can come down there anytime you get lost or feel like you need a chat, and we will point you in the right direction. It's a really, really great place, right in the centre of the school. You won't miss it. I've been asked from Mr. Buxton to talk to you a little bit about some of the programs that we run at Gorican High School. So when you come to Gorican High School, you're going to be really, really lucky to be involved in the Passport program. The Passport program is something that helps you settle into high school, and we run lots of little interactive activities with your new teachers and some of the awesome students that we already have at Gorican High School who will show you around, teach you how to read a timetable, and all those beautiful things that you'll need to know when you first come to school with us. They'll show you where the canteen is and all of those bits and pieces, so you won't need to worry. Some of the cool programs that we run, you'll be able to watch Brainstorm Productions come along, and I don't know whether you've seen them before, but they have really, really wonderful interactive drama lessons that help you to navigate your way through things like cyberspace and all different types of things like that. Additionally, we have other programs like Rock and Water. Some of you may have participated in some of those activities before. We have Gen Q, we have Top Blokes, we have individual mentoring programs. We have lots of things at Gorican High School that will suit you if you need, and all you have to do is come down to the hub and ask, and we will help you any time of the day. We can't wait to see you, and we can't wait for you to start your journey with us at Gorican High School.
The next question is there an Aboriginal Didge and dance group? I'll pass the phone on to someone who can answer the question.
Yeah, everyone, Mr. Glacken here, and I am the head teacher of Aboriginal Education at Gorican High School. Thank you for your question about the Didge and dance group. Yes, we do have an Aboriginal Didge and dance group at Gorican High School. The dance group is a very prestigious group. There's students in it from every single year group throughout the school, and they catch up and practice every Thursday during sport time. They also perform at different events in the school and outside the school throughout the Central Coast and also New South Wales. A very, very strong and prestigious group. Then we also have our Didge group that performs at our weekly assemblies and also performs throughout the Central Coast. We have really young students, Year 7 students, who have started performing and learning and plying their trade with the Didge. And then we have student leaders that are obviously helping the younger students out. So looking forward to seeing everybody get involved with that next year. We also have many different programs. Year 7 art starts straight away, so you get to really link in with AbEd at the school. And also we have a fantastic Aboriginal education unit in the schools, so please come and say g'day, and looking forward to seeing you all. I'll pass you back to Mr. Buxton. Thanks. Bye.
This next question's a great one. Is high school very challenging? I'll pass the phone on to someone who can answer this question.
Another great question, Mr. Buxton. The short answer is yes, high school is challenging, but high school is supposed to be challenging, and it's a supportive challenge. We meet you where you leave primary school, and we look at the challenge that you need to get you where you want to go in learning. Your primary schools have done an outstanding job in terms of preparing you for the challenges of high school. You are independent learners. You are great communicators. You have resilience and you have determination. When you come to us, we ask you to meet the challenges that you face at Gorican High School through saying yes to the opportunities that are there. Whether it's opportunities in sport, opportunities in academic learning, opportunities in meeting new people and forming new relationships. These are the challenges that help you grow into the young person that we want to see step out confidently into the world beyond school. So come to us in the knowledge that you've got what it takes to meet the challenges, and we look forward to supporting you along that journey.
Something that I enjoy, sport. The question that we've got is, what sport will you be doing in Year 7 next year? I'll pass the phone on to someone who can answer this question.
Thanks, Mr. Buxton. My name is Miss Buchanan. I'm one of the sports coordinators here at Gorican High School, and I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about some of the sporting opportunities that will be available to you next year. Firstly, we have afternoon school sport, which happens every Thursday. There's about an hour and a half where you go out and you participate in a sport that you selected for the term. It can be lots of school sports, including soccer, netball, basketball, cricket and things like that, all the way to sports that are outside of the school, such as bungee fitness, slam factory, karate and things like that. There are also representative opportunities for you where you can go outside of the school representing Gorican against other schools in different competitions. It can be gala days or it can be knockout, and there's lots of different opportunities for you there as well. Lastly, can't forget our school carnivals. We have cross country, athletics and swimming. Obviously we can't wait for you to participate in those next year. I'm going to throw it back to Mr. Buxton now and I'll see you all soon.
A great question, this one. Do we go on a camp? I'm going to pass the phone on to someone who can answer this one for you. So, is there a Year 7 camp? Yes, I can confirm there is a camp. I was there actually this year to check it out for you, and I've booked us in. We'll be going to the Great Aussie Bush Camp up at Tea Gardens in Term 1 next year. Super excited and can't wait for the experience. I'll throw it back to Mr. Buxton for the next question. This question is an important one. What subjects will I be doing next year? I'll pass the phone on to someone who can answer this question. What subjects will you be doing in Year 7 next year? You'll have Maths, Humanities, Science, Music, PDHPE, Language, which you'll learn Japanese, Design and Technology, and Local Aboriginal Curriculum. I'll pass the phone back to Mr. Buxton for the next question. This is a great question. What is a core teacher? And what do we actually learn with them? I'll pass this one on to someone who can answer that question.
I'm Mr. Mack, coolest teacher in the school. I'm one of the core teachers, which is one of the teachers that you'll see most in the school. I'm going to show you today how many hats we really wear as teachers. Oh, hey, Mr. Mack here. I'm one of your humanities teachers. Humanities is a blend of geography, history and English, and we teach you around 11 times a fortnight. Mixing those substances together, that's a liquid. Hey, I'm Mr. Mack. I'll be one of your science teachers. 10 plus 10 is 21. Yeah, I'm a core teacher, but we also teach Year 7 maths. Mr. Mack here again. Yeah, I'm a core teacher, but we also teach PE. Undefeated in handball too. Core teachers also teach LAC, which is Local Aboriginal Curriculum. You learn about local Darkinjung land, culture and language. As you can see, us core teachers wear many hats. We teach multiple subjects and we'll see you lots in Year 7. I'm going to pass the phone back to Mr. Buxton now for another question.
This is a good question. Are there any maths competitions? I'll pass the phone on to someone who can answer this question.
Hello, future Goriconians. My name is Mr. Janowski and I am relieving head teacher mathematics at Gorican High School. I thank you for your question, which was, are there any mathematics competitions at Gorican High School? First of all, I'd just like to say that even if you do not like mathematics competitions, our faculty aim is to make maths enjoyable and include all learners. We don't feel that there is a maths person, and rather that everyone can achieve in their own right. All we ask is that you come to math class with an open and positive mindset, and if you do so, we assure you, you will achieve good things. We do have some mathematics competitions we can put on offer. Some are from the University of New South Wales, the Mathematics Association of New South Wales, and also the Australian Maths Trust. So there are definitely options that we can look at. All you need to do is just communicate your needs to staff and we'll see what we can do for you. I look forward to seeing you guys in 2022. Hopefully we can see you a bit earlier in Term 4 if it admits that. But yeah, thank you.
So the next question we've got is, are there any drama or musical theatre classes? I'll pass the phone on to someone who can answer this question.
Hi Year 6, my name is Mrs. Harvey Trappel and I'm one of the teachers here at Gorican High School in the Kappa department. I'm also the head teacher. The question was, are there any drama and musical theatre classes? Well, yes, there are. So in Years 9, 10 and 11 and 12, you can choose to do drama as a subject. In Year 7, you do music all year, and in Year 8, you do visual arts. So my answer is yes, there are drama and musical theatre classes, but you have to make that choice to take those classes in Years 9, 10, 11 and 12. Along with drama in Kappa, we have also other things that you might want to do, which is music, visual arts, photography, and of course, drama. We also do lots of other things besides just having music and art and drama and all those sorts of things in class. We are hoping, and I do mean hoping, that we can actually do a musical next year. So if you're really interested and want to be part of the show, if we can have an audience, I'd certainly love to have you as part of the show. Hope I've answered your question, and I can't wait to see you next year. Bye.
So, question 16. Does Gorican High School have a debating team? I'll pass the phone on to someone who can answer this question.
I'm Daniel Crosland, English teacher here at Gorican High, and yes, we do have debating teams. So I look forward to seeing those keen debaters next year. I'll hand the phone back to Mr. Buxton. See ya.
The next question is, what is the first thing we make in woodwork? I'll pass the phone on to someone who can answer this question.
Good morning, Year 6. My name's Mr. Lindberg and I'm a technology teacher here at Gorican High School. The first project that you get to make in Year 7 woodwork is an alarm timber box. So you get to do some woodwork and you get to do some electronics with it. I'll pass it back to Mr. Buxton for the next question. See you next year.
Our next question is, in cooking, what do we get to cook and do we get to take our cooking home? I'll pass the phone on to someone who can answer this question.
Hi there, Year 6. My name's Mr. Lindberg and I'm a technology teacher here at Gorican High School. In Year 7 food technology, you will get to cook food, you will get to eat the food, and you will get to take food home. And one of the first things you get to make in Year 7 is a pizza. I'll throw it back to Mr. Buxton for the next question.
For the next question, it's what do we actually learn in Petty HPE and how often do we have prac? I'll pass this on to someone who can answer the question.
Hi Year 6, my name's Mr. Glacken and I'm from the PDHPE staff. I'm just going to introduce you to the rest of the crew. So we have Mr. Underwood, Miss Buchanan, Mr. Sweeney, Mr. Bensley, Mrs. Montgomery, of course your incoming year advisor, Mr. Buxton, and our head teachers, Mr. Sharp and Mrs. Ricketts. Thank you very much for your question. It is a two-part question, so I'm going to answer the first part first, and that is, what do we learn in PDHPE? PDHPE stands for Personal Development, Health and Physical Education. In personal development, we learn about things like relationships and growing and changing. In health, we'll look at the 5 dimensions of health and how they are different for everybody. And in physical education, we'll be outside running around exploring how the body moves. Your second part to the question was, how often do we do prac? In Year 7, we're lucky enough to have PDHPE 4 times a fortnight, where most commonly we do 2 theory lessons and 2 prac lessons. Again, thank you very much for your question. The PDHPE faculty is looking forward to welcoming you to Gorican High School, and now I'm going to pass the phone back to Mr. Buxton.
The next question is, what do we learn in HSIE and what does that even mean? I'll pass the phone on to someone who can answer this question.
Thanks, Mr. Buxton. Hi Year 6, my name is Mrs. Sanchez and I'm a HSIE teacher at Gorican High School. What does HSIE stand for and what do you learn? HSIE stands for Human Society and its Environment. What do you learn? You learn about the world around you. In history, we go back in the past and look at ancient Egypt, medieval Europe and the Black Plague, world wars and the Holocaust, and we look at how people have fought for their rights and freedoms. In geography, we look at the environment, how humans have impacted the environment and what we can do to sustain it for future generations. We look forward to seeing you next year, and I'll pass it back to Mr. Buxton.
So our second last question is, what cool experiments do we do in science while we're in Year 7? I'll pass the phone on to someone who can answer this question.
Thanks, Mr. Buxton. G'day, Year 6. My name's Mr. Finlayson and I'm one of the science teachers at Gorican High School. We can't wait to have you next year and partake in some of the really fun and exciting things that we do in science. We get to cut things up, blow things up, smell things, set things on fire and all of that, and we can't wait to share it with you. I'm going to pass the phone back to Mr. Buxton.
So our final question in the Pass the Phone Challenge is there an SRC at Gorican High School? I'll pass the phone on to someone who can answer that question for you.
I can answer that. My name is Mrs. Wiggins and I am one of the teachers at Gorican High School who facilitates the SRC. The SRC is actively involved in our school community, hosting fundraisers such as Pink Day and attending leadership events. We encourage and invite Year 7 students to join the SRC, and we're very excited to be implementing class captains as of 2022, which will involve us attending some really exciting and exclusive leadership events. Back to you, Mr. Buxton.
Thanks so much for all your questions, Year 6. The teachers at Gorican High School are super excited to meet you all. For now, stay safe and we'll see you very soon.